Hi guys, welcome in. Tammy here with Bentley Lane Creations, coming to you with this cute little door hanger, the Hey Boo. This one is just in time for Halloween, getting ready for all your Halloween decor. I am absolutely in love with this. Now I know you've probably seen many versions of this around. I just think it's so adorable. And I was trying to decide how I wanted to do it. Now originally I was going to paint the entire background white, all the top pieces black, and then I decided, you know what? No, I want to do the half and half. I've seen that a lot, and I wanted to do it to see if I liked it once it was done or not. So I decided, why not try it on this one? So you see, I put that piece of blue painter's tape. I just ran it along the edge of the piece that goes on top of this half, and then now I'm just painting this half in white. Now I'm just using a regular acrylic paint, crafter's paint, and it is just a plain white. It is the Crafter's Collection, which is a Hobby Lobby brand paint. And look at that. Can you believe that? That looks so good. I already like the way it looks, even without putting anything on the other side. I just think it's so satisfying seeing that perfectly crisp, straight white line. Anyway, this was super simple to do. And then on this other half, I am using my Waverly wax in the color Antique. Now, you know I love, if you've been watching me, you know I love using this as a stain, and I just apply it with a baby wipe. The baby wipe is the easiest and most effective way to apply this wax to any wood. It makes it look like stain. It goes a long way with a baby wipe because the baby wipe is wet, and then it takes off any excess. So you can see here I put it on. Now I'm taking off any excess that I don't want. Now I could have left it that color, and it would have dried beautifully as well. Now once that side is dry, I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to do the entire back in the Waverly wax. Now you don't have to do your back because these are meant to be door hangers, but if you know me, you know that I don't like to leave anything unfinished, so I always do my backs. No matter what project I'm doing, I always complete the back. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just using another baby wipe and applying the Waverly Antique wax to the back, and then I'm going to set that aside and let that dry. And now I'm going to take this part that goes over the other half. This is going to go over the white part, and it's got the little ghost cutouts. How stinking adorable is this? And now I could have done this a number of ways. I could have taken the ghosts that were cut out and glued them onto the board, but I decided I wanted to use this. I love the way it turns out too. Wait till you see it at the end. It is so stinking cute. I am in love with this. Now, here's something to note. I do use 2 coats of paint on every piece. So anytime I'm using just regular color paint, there's always 2 coats. So on that white, that half of the white, that was done twice. If you're using the Waverly wax or a stain, you only need to do it once. Unless for some reason you want to do it again, and you know, it is all a personal preference, but I do generally paint each piece twice, only because I feel like the first run over kind of absorbs into the wood. Now, sometimes I will only do 1 coat if I want it to have that washed look and not be a solid color. Look how cute this is. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it already. So now I'm going to take my Stick Fast. It is a super glue gel, and I am going to apply it to the back of this, and I'm going to glue it down. Now it's easy peasy because you're just lining up the edges. As long as your edges are lined up, everything is going to be where it needs to be, and it's going to be perfect. And then you can see the scores on the wood. Those are there, so you know exactly where your letters should go. So you don't have to worry about your letters not being even in a straight line or anything like that, or not being evenly spaced apart. As long as you get them in those lines, you are all set. These are so easy to do, and they are so fun, and you could do so many of these in so many different colors and ways and styles. I just love them. That's why I love the DIY stuff, because so many ways you can style this up and paint this. You could use fabric or paper, so many different options of paint. It's just the options are endless, and this is so stinking adorable. I'm in love with this one. I absolutely am in love with this. Now, I knew I wanted to have eyes on the ghosts, so I just decided to take, you can use a paint pen. I have a brush that I just took some black paint and I just did little oval eyes, and I just put enough paint on that brush, and it's a kind of a thin brush, put enough paint on there that I only had to do one swoop, and so I didn't have to worry about them being uneven, one side being thicker than the other or anything like that, and it went on pretty easy. Now again, you could do a mouth, you could use a paint pen, there's so many different things you could do. How stinking adorable is this? I hope you love it as much as I do. Now you could add a hanger, a bow, some greenery, which I will probably do for myself. Thanks so much for watching, friends. Have a great day.